All right, everybody, welcome to the Monday night live training in marketing and conversion for realtors and loan officers. I am Amanda Roberts, and I'm excited to be talking with you guys tonight on how you can digitally farm a subdivision using Facebook groups. This may be something you've heard before, maybe not. I have my own little twist on this. I've been doing this now for 7 years with great success. And I'm excited to share some tips and tricks with you guys on how you can get more listings this year and make 6 figures digitally farming subdivisions. So as you guys come in, if you would please let me know where you're tuning in from. I almost said calling. Not a radio show. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I will try to look at the comments here. I see some people coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just wait just a few more minutes and we will get started. I want to make sure that we get this done quickly and that you guys can go on about your day. Go ahead and get started on your Facebook groups. All right. Just a few more people coming in. Let me know where you're at. How's real estate going in your market? Are you guys seeing crazy offers like $50,000, $75,000 over list price? What's the craziest offer you've seen over list price? Like I heard the other day, $100,000 over list price. What is the highest you've seen in your market? I'm curious to see. Also, let me know if you're a new agent or if you've been in the business a while. Let me know a little bit about you and where you are tuning in from. Okay, to give people just one more minute to come in. Hopefully Dwayne is over in my office on my computer. I can't see. Watching the comments, and he can be commenting as you guys come in the room. Because for most of you who know, I am not tech savvy, and it's a hard time for me to keep up with the comments and share the presentation. So I'm here to give you the information, and Dwayne will be over there commenting from my office and letting you guys know what's up. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to learn how to farm subdivisions digitally to get more listings. We all need more listings right now. The market is crazy. Inventory is low. So you guys need every tip, trick, technique you can get to get the upper edge and hand on these listings. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. And hopefully you guys can see that. Had some issues in the past sharing the screen. I know I'm a blonde. Can't click a mouse and share the screen at the same time. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump in. How to farm subdivisions for listings digitally. So I'm going to teach you guys how to combine an old school method with modern day technology to get sellers wanting to list with you. All right. Would you like a surefire way to get listings in your neighborhood? I did a training a couple weeks ago on postcards. Postcards are fabulous. In and of themselves, they are fabulous. You will get a result from using postcards. I am not downplaying postcards in any way, shape, or form. I believe that you should be doing multiple things. You should have multiple avenues that you are touching people with your marketing. And so postcards is one avenue that you can use. It is not the only avenue. It is not, I'm not saying you should use this necessarily coupled with this method, but I am saying if you do them together, it will be even greater results. You can try to introduce yourself to each of your neighbors and get a different result. or you can hold backyard barbecues and community events. I've talked about that before in trainings. You need to own your personal subdivision as a real estate agent. Never, ever, ever should you drive by a house in your subdivision and see someone else's sign in the yard. There is nothing that feels worse than that. So guys, this is one of the things that I teach that I've used throughout the years that actually works. And you don't have to do it in just your subdivision. You can do this in multiple subdivisions, in multiple areas. There's multiple different ways that you can apply this. How can you increase your brand awareness and capture more listings in your community? It's simple, by using technology. Now, in this instance, we are going to talk about the power of using Facebook groups to initiate conversations with your neighbors and other parts of your community. Now, if you are currently using Facebook groups or you have been to trainings on Facebook groups, please do not exit out of this training, because I guarantee you I am going to tell you things tonight you have not heard before. You will walk away with one or more nuggets. So you want to hang in and listen to the training. Now, if you are watching this on the replay, go ahead, type in the comments. Let me know that you are watching this on the replay. I want to know that you're watching it on the replay. Dwayne and I get notified. And so you guys can comment throughout this video, throughout this training, and we will get notified after the fact. Even after the live has gone away, we will still get notified, and we can comment and answer your questions. Now, Facebook groups typically are started by the admin with a certain motivation. Nobody just does things. I mean, sure, you're going to have some groups out there that are geared more towards connecting, maybe ministries, things like that, where they don't really have an ulterior motive. But most people have a motivating factor, typically tied to something economical, if you know what I mean. But here's some reasons why people create Facebook groups. They want to connect with other like-minded people based on a hobby or interest, such as racing, knitting. I mean, there's literally a Facebook group for everything. If you like dogs, there's a Facebook group for that. If you like cats, there's a Facebook group for that. If you like frogs, I'm sure you can find a Facebook group for that. Somebody find out for me. Let me know. I'm curious to know. But there's also other reasons why people create Facebook groups. They have something they want to sell, and they create a group around it. For example, like a lot of MLM companies, people will create groups, Get Skinny Juice with Sarah. You got these groups out there. Pampered Chef with Susie. There is literally a group for everything you can possibly imagine. Another reason why people create groups is they want community. They want to connect with others like themselves in their area. This could be like a local church group. It could be a school group, just a community awareness group. There's lots of community groups out there, and this is a great way to meet people. I don't highly recommend you bombarding a community group, but now if you start the group, it's a completely different story. So that's what I'm actually going to get at here in a minute. Now, another reason why people create groups is a place to gather with friends or family around a cause. For example, if someone, a family member has cancer, or they're going through a tough time, they may want to create a group to raise awareness or fundraise for someone. Again, a great reason to start a group. And then, of course, there's other groups that are more about information and sharing things on a certain topic. For example, politics, sports, things like that. Now, you want to create an informative group. Your group should be designed to keep members of your community up to date on the market. Now, of course, you won't mind if they want to use your services and list their home with you, right? But keep in mind, the sole purpose of the group is to set you apart as the expert in your area. Now, here's a group I created in 2014. Groups actually came out in 2010, and they really started catching on around 2012. I still hadn't quite figured out the power of groups yet, Started seeing some things happen in some groups that I was in, and it made me realize, oh, this is something that we can use in real estate. So I started playing around with groups, and this is a group that I created in 2014. Now, not a lot has changed. I did sell this group when I moved to Florida in 2019. So I obviously am not actively engaged in the Tennessee market anymore. And so I sold this group to a local realtor, and she really didn't change that much except for the cover photo and a little bit on the about information. So with this group, I put the title of the city in the name, not my name, not my company. The group isn't Amanda Roberts with eXp Realty sells homes in Nashville. No, that's not. Nobody wants to go to that group, okay? They don't care what company you're with. They don't care about your name. I'm sorry. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but they are specifically wanting to join a group designed around their need. And in this case, the need is people looking for homes in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. And so I put that in the group title. The group was for homes for sale or rent. Now, if you don't want to mess with the rent side of it, you don't have to. I will explain a little bit later why I had that in the title. Now, in the about section, I put that it was a place to connect with those who wanted to buy or sell real estate. I added a nice cover photo. Again, the new agent that owns this group now put her photo on there. I added friends to the group that I knew that lived in that area, because whether or not I knew for certain that they wanted to buy or sell, maybe they knew someone else who wanted to buy or sell. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to add people that I know in this area to this group. And so I did. I added, I think it was I invited probably close to 300. Not all at once, guys. Facebook will slap you on your wrist. They will put you in timeout. If you've never been in timeout or Facebook jail before, you go and invite 100 of your friends to a group, and you're going to find out what that's like. You won't be able to do anything on Facebook for 24 hours minimum. So just kind of slow roll that. These things don't happen overnight. You have to slowly build things as pertaining to groups and things with Facebook. They don't like people spamming on their platform. And so I invited people gradually, and the group grew to over 1,000 people. Now, she's had this group now for about 2 years. Looks like she's probably added 100, 150 members to it. Most likely they found it organically. I did notice after it hit about 500, I was starting to get a lot of people asked to join organically. And so you will get the benefit of that as well. Now, here's the 3 things that I posted about in the group weekly. The first thing was homes available for rent. I would pull a list of homes available for rent once a week from my local MLS and post it in the group. I did not work with renters to find rentals. I was not a rental agent. God bless you, rental agents. Bless your souls. That is a hard gig. I kind of got spoiled to making $10,000 off of a client, and I really wasn't interested in the $100 referral fee for bringing a renter. So I didn't do that. But this was just my way to discover those who wanted to rent and see if I could get them thinking about buying. And so you may want to leave that there because, a lot of times people who are renting, they really would buy if they knew they could. Now in this market, you may not want to fool with it because it's not really a buyer's market. Moving on, homes available for sale. And so these don't have to be your homes. They don't have to be your brokerage's homes. It's, this specifically in this instance, this was about Mount Juliet, Tennessee. This was the city that I lived in, population of around 60,000, roughly, give or take, around that area. And so, at any given time, there was lots of homes for sale, and people sometimes didn't know. Maybe they wasn't on another realtor's automation list. Maybe they weren't hot and heavy looking on Zillow or Realtor.com every day, but they got a notification on Facebook. Amanda Roberts just posted, da, 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 da. And they're like, oh, that's that group. I want to go see, did she put new homes? And then they'll go look. And so don't assume that they're seeing these homes everywhere else just because they could. They may only be seeing them on your page, and they may get used to coming to your page to see them. And then when they see a house, they're like, oh, I got to go see that house. They're on your page. So who they're going to call? They're going to scroll to the top, click on the cover where you've got your professional photo, A, B, or C. Which one did you like? And that's the one you chose with your phone number and your brokerage name. See, those photos come in handy, don't they? I like to pick at people about those. I think they're cute. Anyway, so you can do this every day if you want, every 2 to 3 days. It's whatever you've got time to do. It really boils down to, how much time do you have to invest in this? Because it's not that hard to put a list in the group twice a week. Okay, and the third thing that I would post in the group is homes that just sold and the PPSF data, the price per square foot. So most people who are thinking about selling do not really have access to good data. They can go and look and see what's recently sold in their subdivision. And if they're any good at math, they could figure out the price per square footage. They could go, oh, the neighbor's house up the street, which was 300 square foot smaller than mine, sold for $350. So what does that mean? Does that mean I can sell mine for $350 or can I sell mine for more? See, they don't think like we do. And they really do kind of need us to break it down for them. And so this is a great opportunity for you to share the data with people in the group that may be homeowners. Now, in a group that's based on a city, it's really not, you're not going to get as good of a result because you're casting a really wide net. You're hoping that, in a group of 1,000 people, that there's a couple people in there that own a home in that area. And so you can't go and break down every single home in every single subdivision, but you can do a generalized post about, the average home price per square foot in Mount Juliet, Tennessee is $183.52 a square foot. What that means is if your house is 1,000 square feet, it goes for this. If it's 2,000 square feet, it goes for that. You can do something like that. But I'm actually going to teach you a better way to niche down even further to get better quality leads from groups. Now, a lot of people in the groups, they're going there to learn something, to find out something. A lot of people go to groups, they want to laugh. They go to the mean groups because they want to laugh. So I'm actually going to share some market insight and helpful tips. Sellers especially like the helpful tips, such as things to do to prepare their home to sell. Don't forget the buyers too. They love tips on buying, such as how to buy a home, zero down, blah, blah, blah. Again, you're probably not going to go after buyers right now, so you're going to want to hone in on a group that's going to attract sellers, and we're getting there. But we do actually offer over a dozen free reports in our course that can be white labeled with your name and your company that you can actually use for engagement. We do only offer that strictly to our students, but there are over a dozen reports in our course that you don't have to recreate the wheel. You don't have to type the reports yourself. This is what we call candy that you can give away to buyers and sellers to attract them. Now, subdivision specific groups. This is where the money's really at right now, guys. So if you've just logged on, you came in at a good time. If you're still with me and you're kind of like, well, this all sounds great, it's about to get gooder. That's what my pastor says. It's about to get gooder. All right. So by creating a group with the subdivision name in it, you can attract the people that actually live in that subdivision, and you can niche down. And so rather than it just being a city name, Mount Juliet, Tennessee, we'll stick with that example, you can pick a subdivision. And let's say, for example, in that city, there's several subdivisions, just right off the top of my head: Park Glen, Timber Ridge, Willoughby Station, Mount Vernon. These are some subdivisions in that city. And so what you'd want to do is you'd want to go and create a subdivision group. residents of Willoughby Station, or Willoughby Station residents, or homeowners of Willoughby Station, or Willoughby Station homeowners. You can mix it up. Just be creative. It doesn't have to be super catchy, as long as it has the name of the subdivision in the name of the group. Now, you want to do a little bit of research. You want to go and make sure somebody else doesn't have a group with that exact name. Now, let's say, for example, you go and you say, okay, this is a subdivision that I want to go after, and it's already got a subdivision group. Let's say the name of the group is Park Glen, for example, and you go to Facebook and you type in Park Glen residents. Oh, well, they already have that. I'm going to show you what to do in that instance. So with the subdivision group, what you want to treat it a little bit differently. So you're going to want to do a combination of things like info about the subdivision, but you also want to post things that's happening in the subdivision. And you can allow people to post whatever they want pertaining to the neighborhood. For example, a missing dog, or Girl Scouts are out selling cookies, look out for them, or maybe there's a yard sale that weekend, or they need lawn services, or they offer lawn services. Whatever gets the community engaging in that group and coming back again and again, you want to allow that to happen in the group. This group is not for you to go and spam. I'm a realtor. Use me. This is my real estate company. These are my services. This is my new business card. What do you think about my website? Nah. They could care less. If you start doing that in that group, they're going to stop coming to the group. They're going to see right through it. They're going to like, oh, this is just some real estate agent trying to get me to list my house with them. But if you build a subdivision group and you let people go in there and use the group for whatever they want, maybe they got a piece of furniture they want to get rid of and they take a picture and they put it on there. No, it's not a buy sell trade group, but what are they hurting? You know what I'm saying? And so they're in there and they're getting used to using the group and coming back over and over. They're talking about the HOA. Oh my gosh, did you see the letter that came out from the HOA? They're making such a big deal about the littlest things. Da 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 da. Let them post it in there. Let them post it. Okay. And then what you do is you take a picture of the community, not you in this instance. This is the subdivision group we're talking about, not the city group anymore. We talked about the city group. Now we're talking about the subdivision group. Want to make sure you guys are clear here. You want a picture of the community as the cover photo. Now, when you click on a cover photo, click on a group cover photo or an individual's cover photo, whatever, there's a little section right there that has a description. You need to utilize that. You need to utilize that and say, ideally, you want to take the picture of the cover photo. You want to go to the front of the subdivision and take it yourself. And you can say image provided by Amanda Roberts with eXp Realty, local real estate agent, phone number, name of your company, blah, blah, blah. That's a good place to put that. Okay. And it's not spammy. That way, if somebody clicks on the picture, they'll read it. They'll go, oh, okay. So realtor's running this group. Well, okay, but you're not spamming the group. See what I'm saying? There's a difference. Now, the key is add value to the group. Add value. Do not put that you are a realtor in all the comments. You know what I'm saying? Just don't. They're going to figure it out because you're going to be posting things that are relevant. So here's an example of a subdivision group that I created. This is a small little neighborhood with about 45 homes. And the smaller neighborhoods typically do not have groups. So this is a gold mine. So even if you find that there is a neighborhood group already, you can make another one. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And now in this group, Sweetwater at Hammock Bay, people go in there all the time, posting stuff about their house, about vegetables they want to share, if their dog's running loose, the kids are misbehaving up by the mailboxes or whatever. With somebody gets good news or bad news, somebody lost their husband. And so they posted in there about it, and people asking let's go get together and take some meals. So there's these groups are amazing. They're great community groups. And so you want to kind of let them flow organically. So you don't really have to go in and do a whole lot. But I'm going to show you where the magic's at in a minute. Now, every time, this is where it's at, guys. Every time a house just sold in that subdivision, and it's going to cause you to do a little work. You know, that's what we do, right? We work. And that's how we get business, because we're doing these things. These are things that will get us business. Now, some things get you business faster, like buying leads and working them. Great. But some things are a little bit slower roll, but you may end up with a better quality lead in the end because they feel like they know you. You know what I'm saying? And so in this case, every time a house is sold in there, you post, hey guys, just letting you know, your neighbor at 123 Sweetwater Drive just sold their house. Hey guys, just letting you know, the house around the corner at 47 Sweetwater Drive just listed for $550,000. Don't assume they already know, because they don't. I literally had a house go up for sale on my street, 3 houses down. 3 houses down. A floor plan that I actually had wanted but couldn't get, and so we ended up settling for a different floor plan. And I said, if that floor plan ever comes available, we're going to talk about buying it. My husband's like, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Well, it came up for sale, and before I even knew it was for sale, it was under contract. Just like that. And I'm an agent. I should know these things. And it was in my neighborhood. So never assume that they don't know. You may be the person to save the day. They may be going, oh my gosh, I love that house. I said that if that house ever went up for sale, we were going to go buy it. And you might be the one to get that business. Or let's say they see that house go up for sale and it's identical to theirs. And they're like, what? They're selling it for $500,000? Oh, well, that means we can sell ours for $500,000 because ours is the same size. And then if they see 3 days later it sold for $550,000, they're really thinking, oh my gosh. Well, they're seeing it on your page, right? The page you created. Guess what's going to happen? 9 times out of 10, they're going to reach out to you because you're the closest agent. You're the one that provided the data. You're the name at the top of the post that was just made about it. It's easier for them just to click on you and send you a message. And then you say, hey, yeah, I know that sold fast, didn't it? Well, were you guys thinking about selling your house? Yeah, maybe. Hey, what's your number? Let me call you real quick. And you get on the phone with them. And boom, there you go. It's that simple. Something that simple. You're just dripping a little bit at a time. You might make 15 posts in the group over a 30-day period before anybody says anything to you. But if you believe the system, if you trust it, it will get you business. Now, here is a perfect example. I love to see what I teach in play, even if I didn't teach the person to do it. So here are 2 groups in my area. One of these is managed by a realtor. Can you guess which one? Do you think it's the one that says Hammock Bay homeowners only page, no HOA, no renters with 900 members? Or do you think it's the one that says Hammock Bay residents not managed by HOA, 1,400 members? Which one do you think is ran by a realtor? I'm going to give you a clue. This agent does not work with renters. She only wants listings. You got it? It's the one that says no renters. Now, from a homeowner's perspective, you wouldn't think nothing of that. You would think, I don't want the renters in here commenting on our stuff anyway. They're the ones junking up the neighborhood. You know how people are. You know how they can be. All right. And so the no HOA thing is just to pull people in. Oh, there's no HOA people running this group. I'm going to be all up in this group because I want to talk about the HOA. You see how there's like subtleties even in the title. Okay. I am a member of both. Okay. So why would somebody want to be a member of both? Why wouldn't they just pick one? Well, why wouldn't you pick two? Because one's going to say something in this group where the other one might not say in the other one. Or that admin might be a little more stricter than that one and might not let certain things get posted about, problems you're having with your house or a contractor or whatever. And so there's absolutely no reason why you cannot have another group. If you found a name of a subdivision that you wanted to get a group for, but you see that there's another group already going and it could have 1,000 members in it. Who cares? That's easy. You know why? Because when there's already a group made and it's already got members, it's easier for you to identify who these people are on Facebook. Get it? Because you're going to want to find the homeowners for that subdivision for your new group. And I'll explain how you do that in a minute. Now, are you getting it? Are you really starting to get the power of community groups to get more business? Do you see that being an admin of several community groups can give you the power and leverage to position yourself as the industry expert and get more business organically? For those who do not know what organically means, organic business means it was free. It came to you. You didn't have to pay for it. That's what it means. Now I'll give you a real life example. Remember the first group I mentioned that I created back in 2014, the Mount Juliet 10 Homes for Sale or Rent? I also created a couple other groups at that time, but I like to use this one as an example because this was my first group child. I call it my first child. I can tie at least five transactions to that group specifically in a 3-year period. There may have been more, but those 5 transactions totaled approximately $1,350,000 in sales that generated me over $40,000 in commissions. Do I have your attention now? And it doesn't have thousands of members, because the reality is, guys, one person who wants to buy or sell real estate can potentially make you a $10,000 commission, if not more, depending on your market. I know some of you might be in markets where your average home price is under $200,000. That's amazing, because most people are looking at $300,000 and $350,000 right. $350,000 right now is the average price of a home, and that's going to make you 10 grand. Now, imagine if you had 10 of these little community groups, just 10. I'm not talking crazy numbers here, just 10 of these little community groups, and each one of them generated you just one transaction per year. Just one. No crazy numbers here. Just one transaction per group with an average sale price of, let's say, $335,000. Let's split it down the middle between $300,000 and $350,000. $335,000. 10 groups, one transaction per group, one listing, and they wasn't buying another house. Now, half the time they're buying another house, so I'm not attaching that to the number. They're just selling one house. That would make you over $100,000 a year from this one method. And Dwayne and I, we've got lots of methods, but this is one. And it's not hard to manage 10 groups. Post in 2 groups per day on rotation. It's that simple. 5 days a week, you go in and you make a post in 2 of your groups. You don't have to do all 10 at one time. 2 a day, 2 posts a day. And you can use the same post. Just copy and paste it over to the next group. It's not that hard. Maybe change up your words or your image. It's not that hard to manage 10 groups. Now, did I miss a slide? Oh, there we are. Okay. So if you like this training so far and you want to learn more, then comment learn more. It's that simple, guys. We have a lot to offer agents, and right now inventory is a huge problem. And if you'd like to get at least one more listing a month from anything that we teach, guys, come on. Are you not wanting, or do you not want at least one more listing a month? If so, comment learn more, because I would love to share more with you guys. Someone from our team will reach out to you and set up a 15-minute Zoom chat. It's absolutely free. We're just going to find out where you are in your business, where you want to be, and see if we can help you. And if not, we'll part as friends. But this is not a sales call by any means. This is not a sales call. We just want to find out where you are in your business and if we can help. Now, how do I start a group? Good question. Starting a group is simple. Building it, on the other hand, is a little bit harder. Now, when you want to create a Facebook group, you just go to Facebook and you click groups. It's real simple. It's on the left-hand side. When you log into your main screen, you'll see a whole drop down of things on the left, and groups is one of them. Then under the groups, once you click on that, it's going to give you the option to create a new group. So click create a new group. It's that simple. And next, you're going to enter your group name. So identify about 10 to 12 subdivisions that you want to own, that you want them to know your name. You want them, the next time they think real estate, to think your name. Pick 12 in your community and start with your favorite and enter that as your group name, whatever that is. Parkland Residents, Mount Vernon Homeowners, whatever you decide, it's up to you. Just keep it simple and make your group title clear and identifiable. Make sure you spell it right. For our students, go ahead and get a chuckle. My husband's a horrible speller, but he is a genius. Choose your group's privacy. That's going to be your next thing to do. Choose public or private. I start off and allow it to be public until you start getting some people, and then you can always change it to private. Now, changing it back's a different story. You can't just go back and forth, back and forth. You pick public to start with, and then once you go private, then it gets a little tricky. So, but I always start off with these type groups, public. The next, you're going to want to invite at least one friend to the group. Just go ahead and let somebody know, your spouse, a friend of yours, somebody, hey, I'm starting a group. I need to add somebody to it. Do you mind being my first member of this group? They're like, oh, yeah, sure, whatever. And then you add them to get the group going. It's usually when me or Dwayne start a group, which we have a lot, we add each other. So we're always in each other's groups. And then to activate your group, click create. It's that simple. 6 easy steps, and boom, you have a Facebook group. Now, you have a group of 1 member. Yay, congratulations. But your group is basic and boring. You're going to want to go in and add a cover photo. You're going to want to go in and you're going to want to add a description. You're going to want to create your first post. You're going to want to invite members. Don't go spamming your friends. Spam, spam, spam. Invite people that you know in your community may want to buy or sell a home in the future. But don't just go spamming your friends list, and don't invite a ton of people at once, because Facebook will put you in timeout. Now, if you'd like more training on groups, I would be happy to go into more detail in a future training. If you are interested in that, type in the comment group training, and I'll put together a day and a time, and we can get together and do a group training. And then I can go in and maybe even do just a screen share and actually let you watch my whole process of setting up a group and inviting, and maybe see a couple of posts and things like that. I don't mind doing that. I love helping agents be successful. That's what we do. And I don't mind doing that training for free for anybody that's in this group. It's my gift to you. But just, I'm not going to create all of that content and set up a day and time unless some people sign up. So if you want more training on how to set up a successful Facebook group, then type group training in the comments, and I'll give you guys a few seconds. All right. Now, once you have your group all set up, you're going to want to add members. I touched on this. Now, if you're going to go after a specific neighborhood, like I've been encouraging you to, you're going to want to identify the homeowners in that neighborhood. You don't want to just go randomly grabbing people off of Facebook, right? Because that's not going to make any sense when you start making posts about homes that are for sale or have sold in that specific neighborhood. Plus, you don't want somebody in that group that doesn't live in that neighborhood, because when somebody posts their dog's missing, hey, look out for the little black and white dog named Spot, they're across town. So you want to make sure that the people you're adding to this group are specific to that neighborhood. And one of the ways that you can do that is through the tax records. Most MLS systems have a direct link to the county tax records. Ideally, you're going to want to start these groups in your county. You know, you can own your whole MLS. You can literally go in here and create groups for every subdivision if you've got that much time and energy. I'm talking about honing in your backyard, your little area that you live in. You know, there's lots of subdivisions around there. It doesn't have to be, you know, in your backyard necessarily, but you definitely want to identify the subdivision and go to the tax records and get a list. You can usually download an Excel spreadsheet and you can work off that list. I would go after people with unusual names first, like Skorkowski, or you know, something that's not a common name like Smith or Jones. Because if you go in and you try to type in Dan Jones on Facebook, you're going to get 50 different, you know what I'm saying? So you want to go for people that have the highly unusual names, because they're going to be easier to identify. Because what happens is they join the group and then they start engaging. And then guess what? They start telling the neighbors, hey, Dan. That's how you get Dan Jones in there. Dan, are you a member of that Facebook group for the neighborhood? People have been posting stuff in there. Did you see about the HOA thing? Oh, they get all up on the HOA thing. So you want to let that stuff roll. Guys, and it takes time to build a group. Nothing is free. If you don't spend money to get a client, you're going to spend time to get a client. And if you didn't spend time or money to get a client and you got one landed in your lap, you better thank the Lord, because that right there is what you call a freebie. And that doesn't happen very often. It takes time to build a group. So what I would do if I were you, and this is just a very simple way to do this, to grow this, is create one group a month, just one. And make it your mission to add 10, just 10, not 20, not 30, just 10. Keep yourself out of Facebook jail. Keep yourself out of timeout. Add 10 new people a day to the new group. Now, in 30 days, if you do that every single day, you're going to have 300 people in that group. Now, you might not be able to find every single person that lives in that subdivision. And if the subdivision has less than 300 people, then you're tapped out. But if you did this every single month you created a group for a subdivision in your area, and forget if there's already one, just focus on creating one ran by you. And you add 10 people a day to that subdivision, to that group. After month 2, you have 600 members. And if you do this consistently over a year, you will have 12 subdivision groups that you run, that you're the admin of, that you can post what you want when you want, with 3,600 homeowners. And it didn't cost you anything but a little bit of time. And most of the posts that you're going to be making in these groups are going to be across the board, unilateral, and you can copy and paste them from group to group, just change it up a little bit. And it's really not that hard to manage, guys. If you set aside a little bit of time every day, you can literally own 12 subdivision Facebook groups within a year with over 3,600 people. I would venture to say if you did that, it would be double that number, because some people are going to join organically. That's what happened with me. I kind of built it up to about 500, and then it was just organic after that. I would log in and 5 people want to join your group today. Okay. 3 people want to join your group today. Okay. And next thing you know, you're at 1,000 in a little bitty group that you really didn't expect to do anything. And next thing you know, you're just in there, you're doing your add value posts. You're in there adding value. And next thing you know, you're covered up with business. And you're like, where did this all come from? It came from your groups. Now, if you like this training so far, imagine what we teach our students. Because this is the free training, guys. This is step 2. This is one way to do business. There are lots of ways to get listings. There are lots of ways to get clients. This is just one of many. And there are some that are easier, quicker, that get better results. But if you don't have a lot of money to spend, and not that we're saying that we cost a lot, I'm just saying if you want organic methods, free methods, then fine, you can watch the free trainings. But if you want to go quicker and faster, then type learn more in the comments, and we'll be happy to speak with you guys. I'll have a member of my team reach out to you. They'll set up a 15-minute Zoom chat with one of our team members. They'll get a little bit of information from you, find out, where you're at in your business, where you want to be, let you know a little bit about us. It is not a sales call at all. We are not going to try to sell you anything on that 15-minute Zoom chat. We're just trying to find out if we can help you and if we're a good fit. So if you'd like to learn more, type learn more in the comments. If you build it, they will come. If you saw the movie Field of Dreams, then you get this statement. If you build a community group on Facebook and you invite those who align with that community, others will join as well. Like I said earlier, neighbors talk to each other. They're going to mention the group. And those who are not already in the group will want to join. It's just a matter of time. Now, we offer extensive group training in our lead generation course. This is just one of many tactics that we use to get business organically. We love helping agents 2x and 3x their business. We do not charge a monthly fee for access to our course. We feel that you should not pay ongoing fees to generate clients. If you'd like to book a complimentary call and speak with one of our team members, you can also type in the comments call, and we'll reach out and we'll set up a time to speak with you. It's just a 15-minute chat. Again, we are not going to sell you anything. I know you guys are being bombarded with marketers out there trying to sell you the latest, greatest course. And while most of those courses are great and can get you a result, you shouldn't have to pay monthly fees to get business. You should be like Dwayne and myself, learn it once, apply it, and get the business over and over and over again. That's what we've done for the last 20 years, and that is what we want for you guys too. Obviously, there is a fee involved. It's not as much as you might think. But guys, if you really want to learn how to take your business to the next level, then you want to book this call. Again, it's not a sales call. It's really just an opportunity for us to learn more about you and to see if we're a good fit and to see if we can help you. If we can't, then we're going to offer you some advice and have you circle back when you're ready. Now, before we end, I'd like to leave you with one more tip. When posting in groups, always come across as their friendly neighborhood realtor that is just sharing the data and good resources. Add value. Add value. Remember that. You're adding value. They know you're a realtor. They know that you're just so successful and great. They don't want to hear about your awards, your designations. I'm sorry. I've went out there and chased them all. I got the BRBs and the ACEs and the EDDs and all that stuff at the end of my name. And they don't care. They really don't, guys. What they care about is that you care about them. And the way you show that is adding value. So if and when they are ready to list, they will immediately think of you. Excuse me. And if you're adding value to the group, they're going to remember, there was that agent Oh, it's that group. It's the community group. I really like her. She's always in there making these nice little posts and things about our community. And, I think I'm going to call her to list the house. Always put at the end of your post your brokerage, your phone number, but you don't have to sell that you're a realtor, because when you're in charge of the group, when you're the admin, you're in control and they know you're a realtor because you've made that obvious. Why else would you be sharing market data? Why else would you be sharing just listed house? Why else would you be sharing this house sold for that? You don't have to advertise that you're a realtor. You just have to show that you care. Remember, people do business with others that they know, like, and trust. Be that agent. If you've liked this training and you want to learn more, again, I'm going to give you one last opportunity, because I know you've been thinking about it. I know you want to learn more, but you don't want to be sold something. Okay, guys, it doesn't hurt to have a conversation. It doesn't hurt to book a call and listen to a member of our team and let them ask you some questions about your business. Find out what your pain points are. Everybody needs inventory right now. That is why I do these trainings. I want to give you everything I have, teach you everything I know that I have learned and used in the last 20 years to be a successful real estate agent, because I know how hard it is out there right now. I know how hard it is to get offers accepted. I know how hard it is to get a listing. I know that they want you to slice your commission. You've got all these pressures against you as an agent, and what you probably haven't thought about and what you think you need is not what you need, guys. You need more people to talk to. That's it. You don't need new bells and whistles. You don't need this CRM or that system. What you need is more people to talk to about real estate. Plain and simple. So if you want to learn more about how we can help you with that, again, we do not charge a monthly fee. I am not talking about you paying to advertise either. I'm talking about you learning how to get business organically and never pay a single dime to another lead company again. That's it. Plain and simple, guys. So if you'd like to learn more, type learn more. We'd love to have that chat with you. And that's pretty much it, guys. So hopefully you take some of my advice tonight. You go out, you start some groups. When, not if, when you get a listing, message me. I don't care if you're in our course or not. I don't care if we're Facebook friends or not. Message me and let me know, oh my gosh, Amanda, I did what you said about groups and I got a listing from it. I want to hear about it. Tell me. I want to hear about people applying the training and getting results, because there's nothing that does my heart more good than to know I helped another agent be successful. Guys, thanks for watching tonight. I hope you have a blessed evening. Hope you enjoyed the training. Bye-bye.